living for this haircut though. Okay, so hi everyone. This is like so weird. What the heck? No, you're not dreaming. I'm not dreaming. I'm actually doing this. I am vlogging, as YouTubers call it. So I used to make like what's it freaking called? Oh, so, I just remembered. So, I used to make YouNows, like, all the time, which, if you don't know what YouNow is, it's, like, pretty much just, like, a YouTube video, but it's, like, live. It's, like, live streaming. And, last year, I did them with my friends, like, all the time, and it was so much fun. I loved doing it, and I promised everyone that I was gonna make a YouTube and do YouTube videos, which, obviously, I never did. My friend Ellie, she texted me, and she was like, hey, girl, like, do you want to do Vlogmas with me? And I was like, why not? Like, what is there to lose, you know? But, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do Vlogmas, like, actually, because I feel like it's, like, weird if I did it. Like, I feel like only, like, famous YouTubers, like, Miranda Sings, she's doing it, and, like, only famous YouTubers and, like, people who have a YouTube channel, like, before and are, like, well-known, like, do Vlogmas. I feel like it'd be weird if I just, like, started doing vlogs. I'm not gonna vlog every day in December because I go to school, and I don't want to vlog in school because that's boring and weird. And, yeah, so I was just like, yes, bitch, like, let's do it. So, since I am not doing anything right now, it literally is, like, 10 o'clock at night, and, I'm just chilling in my room. I promise, when I vlog again, I'm gonna actually be doing stuff. I already have some plans for some fun stuff coming up, but, I thought I would just tell, like, a story so people can get to know me better. Okay, so story time with Dash begins now. So I'm gonna tell you guys the story of my worst date ever. And honestly, I don't even consider this like an actual date, but I haven't like gone on that many dates actually, like sadly, I know. I'm a senior in high school, I'm only 17, and I've only had like two like official relationships with people. One was last year when I was a junior, and the other one was the year before that when I was a sophomore. So, and they both weren't good relationships. They the most recent one ended like really awfully, so that kind of like turned me off of dating. It made me like not want to date anyone like ever again. But yeah, this guy was like I think it was actually last summer, like, or I don't really know, honestly. It was like a few months ago, and I've only dated like two official people, but I've had flings with like people just like, you know, texting and cute stuff, but never actually like been officially dating them. And this guy just followed me like randomly on Instagram one day. I don't really know how he found me, and we just started DMing, and you know, he was cute, and we like flirted all the time. Like we text each other good morning and stuff, and it was just like really cute and really fun. But one day he asked me if I wanted to hang out, and I was just like, sure, like, why not? Like, what do I have to lose? I love meeting new people and stuff and hanging out with people. So I was just like, yeah, like, let's do it. So we planned a date, and I'm pretty sure it was a Sunday. And he lives like 30 minutes away, and he was gonna come pick me up around lunchtime. But we didn't make plans of what we were gonna do. So I was assuming that, we were just gonna go out to lunch or like go to Starbucks or get coffee or something and just like hang out and talk. And okay, so in life, I am a very talkative person. I love talking. I'm very high energy most of the time if I'm in a good mood. So I feel like I, a lot of the time, like, start the conversation, like, with people, not, like, everyone, but, like, with, like, people I'm in relationships with. I'm usually the person, like, conversation starter. Which, sometimes when I'm with, like, a guy, like, romantically, I don't really like to do that. I kind of just like to lay back and relax and let him, like, call the shots, if you know what I mean. But, yeah, so this guy, he picked me up, and when I got in the car, it was just automatically, like, super awkward. Like, just a really weird, awkward vibe. He was not like what he was like, over text at all. It was just weird. Like, he didn't really talk. Like, I was just talking like for so long, and like eventually like there's nothing else to talk about. Like I was just making small talk the whole time, and like it was so just like awkward, and like he barely talked. I guess he was just nervous. He probably was just nervous, but still like it was just really, really awkward. Most awkward car ride of my life. But he just started driving, and I like didn't know where he was going. He like got on the highway, and that's when I realized it's like, oh, like where are we going? And he's like, oh, we're just gonna go back to like around where I live. And I was like, okay. And I was thinking like it doesn't make sense to drive 30 minutes, pick someone up, drive 30 minutes back to where you live, and then drive 30 minutes back, drop them off, and then drive 30 minutes back home. Like, that's 2 hours of driving. Like, why would you not just drive to me, stay around my area, and then drive home when we're done? But whatever. Oh, God. And, eventually when we got, like, around his area, which was so weird, like, I have never, like, been around the area we went to. It was just, like, his, like, town, I guess. It was just, like, so weird. Like, it wasn't anything I've ever been, so it was kind of just, like, awkward and uncomfortable for me. And I eventually was like, are we going to your house? Because I don't want to go to his house. Like, it's this random guy who I just met. And, like, that's so awkward. Like, I don't want to go to his house. That just really, I don't like. And he was like, no. And I was like, okay. Like, I didn't say anything. And it was just awkward. But, so we pull up to a parking lot of Quick Trip, which is, like, just random and weird. And then we just park, and he starts calling his friend. And, sorry, I was looking. My friend did something on Twitter. He calls his friend, and he's like, hey, girl, wanna hang out? And I was like, do you not already have plans? Like, you're hanging out with me? And, it was just so weird. And after hang up, he was like, oh, she's gonna come. And I was like, okay. So, his friend came and met us at Quick Trip. And, I was just, like, talking to her, like, I, like, became friends with her, and, in the car, and then we both got in her car, and he sat in the passenger seat, and I sat in the back all by myself, which, let me say, if you're meeting someone for the first time, or any time, honestly, if it's, like, romantic, and, like, a date, you don't sit in the front, and then your other, like, person sits in the back. Like, that's just rude, especially when they're sitting in the back by themselves. Like, if you invited me to hang out with you and you want to be cute and call it a date, like, you sit in the back with me. Like, that's just, like, weird to leave your person, like, by themselves in the back. Anyways, so I was talking to his friend, this girl. We pull up to this, like, park, like, this weird parking lot, and there's, like, a lake, and I'm just like, what the heck? And then he's like, oh, I want to, like, show you, like, our favorite spot, if that's okay. And I was like, okay, like, what the heck? And I remember we had to, like, hike through the forest and climb over barbed wire. Like, I remember I ripped my jeans. I was wearing brand new white shoes, got completely ruined. I ripped my jeans. I was in a cute outfit because I was meeting him for the first time. Like, he was really cute. I was excited to be all cute, you know, and we go hiking through the woods over barbed wire, like through a bunch of grass, and it was disgusting. I remember it was really hot outside. Like, it was disgustingly hot. And we finally get to their spot or whatever, and it was like this, like, cliff that I guess was a waterfall, but like didn't have any water in it, and there's just a bunch of trash like at the bottom of it. And him and his friend were just like talking about how beautiful it is. I was like, yeah, like, it's pretty, but like once I look at it, like, what are you guys gonna do with a freaking cliff? Like, it was boring. There was trash. It was hot. It was disgusting. I just wanted to be inside. Anyways, and I remember his friend, like, I liked her, but she was just like, she said a few weird things. She like kept sneezing when we were outside, and she's like, oh, I have really bad allergies, but I don't like taking allergy pills, like, when I do stuff like this, because it kind of ruins the point for me of, like, taking an artificial pill when you're about to go, like, be in nature. And I was like, oh, like, that's cool. And then she was like, unless it's drugs. And I was just like, what the heck? Like, you do you, girl, but I'm pretty sure, like, freaking drugs is more, like, a drugs, like, in a pill form, is more artificial than an allergy pill. Just saying. But, so after we go to this freaking cliff, which is supposed to be a date, and then his friend comes along, which is just so, like, weird. Like, you don't do that on a first date with someone. But, we get back in her car, and, we drive to her house, which I'm just like, I'm on a date with this guy, and his friend just comes along, and we literally drive to her house. Like, what the heck? And I remember it was just so awkward. Like, I met both of them the first time that day, and, like, we went in her house, and her parents were there, and I, like, met her parents. I'm like, this is so weird. Like, I don't want to meet this random girl's parents who I just met when I'm trying to hang out with you, like, go on a freaking date. I got dressed up all cute. It was just, like, so, like, weird. Like, we hung out at her house, and by then, I was, like, it's just, like, that picture on Twitter when it's, like, when you're forced to go somewhere you don't want to go, so you drown the room in negative energy. Like, that was me. Like, I literally was just sitting there being, like, so pissed off. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, this isn't happening to me. Sorry. So then, sorry, I'm looking at my friend texting me. So after we went to her house, which was very uncomfortable, she drove us back to his car at Quick Trip, which is ratchet and, like, weird for a date, but whatever. And then I remember I had to be home for something, like, I had to be home by dinner time or something, and, I thought we were just gonna drive back to my house, but he starts driving, like, around this weird, like, area, and he starts driving through this forest. He was like, oh, one day when I skipped school, I saw this, and it was really cool, and I was like, okay, like, he drove through this forest, and we went up to some abandoned house, which I'm pretty sure was haunted. It freaked me out. It was creepy. It was disgusting. It looked like a freaking hoarder's house. Like, I was not here for that at all. And I was just like, this is so weird. Like, we're at this random abandoned ass haunted disgusting hoarder's house. But after we looked at the house, which I also just wanted to leave, I'm like, okay, I've seen it, let's go. We got back in his car and went to some weird building. I remember it looked like abandoned and, like, gross and old and weird, and he turned in a job application, which you don't do on a date. So after that, he drove me home, and I remember we started making, like, good conversation, like, on the way home. Like, the car ride got less awkward. But he drove me home, and we said bye, and I think we texted a little bit after that, and we never saw each other again. So that's what happened. Like, I guess that's not a weird, like, the worst date ever. Like, I've been on dates with worse people, but not worse actual dates. But yeah, like, it was just weird. Like, when you're expecting, I guess it wasn't an official date. Like, he never said it was an official date, but I was just expecting it to be a date, which I guess was wrong. But still, like, what the heck? So I wasn't expecting, when I go on a date with this guy and get dressed up all cute, to drive to some weird town and have his friend come hang out with us and go hiking, like, go on a freaking voyage and go to his random ass girlfriend's house and then go to some building and drop his job application off and then drive back home. Like, that's not what I was expecting. You do not do that on a date. There was so many. You don't bring a friend on a date. You don't make your date person sit in the back all by themselves. You don't turn in a job application on a date. Like, it was just so weird. Like, it was not cute. Not cute at all. I was not here for that. But anyways, I hope you guys liked my little story there. It was fun. Like, I hope it was a good story. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, I just hope you enjoyed it. Anyways, I'm gonna be posting more videos. Subscribe to my friend Ellie, who is making me do this. You can thank her. I'll put her link in the description. And subscribe to me if you want, and all that stuff. Yeah, I'll put everything in the description. Subscribe to my friend Ellie. She's, like, one of my best friends. She's, like, the sweetest, cutest girl ever. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. This was really fun. I enjoyed it, honestly, to talk out my emotions. You know, it's kind of like therapy. It's kind of like a video diary for me. But anyways, I hope you guys liked it. Subscribe for more. Bye.